guys, it's Teresa and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, I make videos about lifestyle, advice, travel and more, all while, encouraging my viewers to kind of get up and do what they want. Empowerment! Wow! So today I'm going to be talking about how to choose a university that's right for you and not right for anybody else, but for you personally on a very close existential level. I'm also going to be talking about my opinions of Ivy Leagues. So if you already know that you're going to be heading for an Ivy League, then don't bother watching this video because this is not going to be a video about the normal choice. This is going to be a video about really finding somewhere that's going to match your personality, that's not just a generic, this is the school to go to. If you're considering an Ivy League or other schools, then hey, continue watching this video and maybe you'll get a good kind of outlook on the positives and negatives, pros and cons to each different type of school that you're thinking about. Let's not forget that Donald Trump went to an Ivy League. Rather than focusing on rankings or things like that, I'm going to tell you about the factors that you should include while thinking about choosing your university. Everyone should choose a school based on their personal needs, in my opinion. The things that you should think about are logistical needs. So, although I'm really a big advocate for reaching out and doing whatever you want, you do have to think about the realistic aspects of whatever school you're going to be going to. So your financial needs, the safety of the area, the safety of the environment for you. You have to think about if having reach schools, so schools that are so amazing but you're not quite sure if you're going to get into them, and then also schools that you can fall back on. So in case either you don't get the scholarship that you want or you don't get into school, you have a school that you can definitely go to as well. You also might want to think about distance from home, like are you planning to still live at home, or are you going to go somewhere else? Can you afford living by yourself at this moment? Those are important things to think about first to narrow down your options. But 2, your environment. So are you a city person like me? Are you a suburbs kind of person? I mean, hey, suburbs are cool too. Lyndon B. Johnson, right? Do you like the all-in-one campus style where everything, all the buildings are in one place, or you can just do everything on campus where it's basically like a city? Or do you like an NYU style where there are lots of different buildings, and then even with the buildings there's there's cityscape in between it? What about population size? Like, do you want a big school with lots of people, with new things happening all the time, big parties? Or do you want friends, small groups where you can recognize a lot of the people, your professors are close with you, it's a closely knit thing. Also, smaller schools tend to have a better fallback, so like there's more financial support and those sort of things because there are less students to pay for. Of course, also there's racial variety, right? So you might want to think about that too. Of course, one of the more obvious ones is that there's the program that you want to do. The school that you should go to should have something to do with your program. Some schools will have a small program, some schools they'll have a very big program for what you're doing. So you might want to think about the size of the department for your major, where they allocate the funds at your school. Like if all the funds are going into sports, then maybe you'll feel, say they fund the med department a lot and you're an art student, then maybe you want to go to a school where they focus a little bit more on art so they're more equal with their funds allocation. You might want to also think about equipment. So like some schools, for example for me, who would want to do communication and film and stuff like that, there are some schools that have places where you can rent equipment and, you know, rooms that you can use to do video and stuff like that. But some schools don't have that at all, and maybe that's okay too if you're okay with getting all your own equipment, things like that. So depending on your program, you might want to look for specific details in the schools that will cater better to what you want. Number 4, I would think a lot about study abroad, and of course not everybody, but especially me, I think that study abroad is one of the most important things offered to you during your university time, because you won't be able to really utilize something like a study abroad for a year or semester after you graduate university. So looking at how many years they offer, how much time you're allowed to take off of school, the places that they offer. So maybe you want to go to somewhere exotic, not every school will have an option to go there. The ability to create your own program, whatever it is, you know, look into study abroad options. 5, graduate programs. So if you're planning to move on to graduate school, you should probably look at the graduate program and see if there is what you want at that school too. Of course, it will be a lot easier to move from an undergraduate school to the same graduate school, you know, in the same university, but not everybody does that. Maybe you want to go to graduate school at a more prestigious school like Ivy League, because it makes sense to save money your first 4 years and then, you know, maybe go somewhere more expensive in your next 3 years. So just look at the graduate programs and see what's offered there for you, what kind of opportunities you have. And then 6, my final point that I think is very important is double majors, minors, 2-degree programs, etc. So there are a lot of different options available out there for university. Of course, there's vocational schools as well, so you can do something in 2 years, or you can do a double major program where you come out with 2 majors. There's also specialization program where you have to do even more credits for one, so it's a little bit more than a major. Minors and majors, because some schools make it very difficult to do more than one, some schools make it extremely easy to do more than one. There's also the special programs where you can do your entire degree in 2 years. There are schools that offer programs where you could do half the degree in one school or one country and half the degree in another country, and that in and of itself is also amazing. So of course, going to an Ivy League and, you know, those top schools will look really good on your resume, and it may get you into any corporate job that you'll ever want. But is it really preparing you for life more than another school will? Probably not. I've read a lot of research that says that really it's the students that make the university. So those schools are only as amazing as they are because the people that are going to them are so top-notch. So if you have any questions, please leave me a comment down below and then I'll get back to you. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a good thumbs up and the red button down below there to subscribe for more videos. This was the first video that I'm doing in a school series this month because having just graduated from high school, I thought it was a good idea to kind of put that space this summer before for all my upcoming juniors or maybe late starter seniors that want to see this kind of thing. So if there's any other topics you'd like to talk about that have to do with school, anything that you're wondering about, any specific place that you'd like me to do some research on for you, please don't hesitate to either send me an email or message me on Facebook. All my links are down below. So yeah, until next time, bye! Yeah, so these are my babies. These are my babies right now. So yeah, these are my babies right now.